look so gross right now. So I just got some interesting news and decided, why don't I do a story time? So, and while I do it, I'll be making lunch because it is 1:20 p.m. and I had a breakfast wrap with like spinach, egg, cheese, other stuff. I'm blanking right now. For breakfast at like 7 or 8 or whatever, and I'm just so hungry. So I'm gonna make tuna sandwich, probably. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So this is my applying to university story. It sucks. It was horrible. I'm about to start my second term. I think you'll see this right before I start my second term. So, like, introduction to this school I have wanted to go to since 6th grade. So for like 6 years I wanted to go to this school. Before I was even supposed to be looking at what school I wanted to go to, I wanted to go to the school. It's a Canadian school. I'm sure I've told you all about it already. I probably mentioned it like 100 times already, but I don't want to say the name just because, I don't know, I don't want to say the name. At least not in this video. Anyways, the application process was fine. Like, whatever. I applied to the art program. And it was fine. I applied to the art program, I filled out the forms, I sent in my portfolio because the art program, and all was good. I think like a few weeks later, I applied probably in the spring. Yeah, the spring. So I was waiting to apply because I wanted to go talk to the same life coach person that my older siblings talked to before they went to school. And we had to travel back to Ontario to do that. So I had to wait to be able to do that. We set up a meeting with him like 2 years in advance. Like, that's how popular he was. So I finally went in and talked to him, figured out what I wanted to apply for. And so I finally applied, and then like 2 weeks after I applied, I found out that the program I applied to had a French program. So I was like, yay! So I decided to switch to the French program. I think like the beginning of the summer, or just before the summer started, I finally got my acceptance letter. This is so unedited. So I got my acceptance letter and I was accepted into the English program. I applied to the French program. I was accepted into the English program. There was an issue there. Anyways, so from there, I sent them an email and I just said, look, I originally applied to the English program, but then I received an email saying that there was a French one and I switched. I have like the things saying that I switched. How can we fix this? No response. It finally comes up to the day where I get to apply to my courses. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the English program. I'll just have to deal. So I apply to the English courses that I need for the English program. 2 days later, they switched my program from the English to the French. So now I'm 2 days after the day I was supposed to be applying to the classes, and I'm now enrolled in English classes in a French program. Oh my God. So, yay. Oh my God, this is so unedited. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is just me venting right now, honestly. So, post. Way. All right. After I finally, no, here's what happened. I was locked out of the like enrollment into classes area. So I had to email them. Took a week for them to open it back up for me so I could apply. Luckily, the classes that I wanted were open, and I was able to enroll into 3 French classes and 2 English classes. So that was my 5 classes, and I had enough to still be in the French program. Except for winter term, which that's gonna come later, but winter term I was only able to apply to, what was it? I was able to get into 4 French classes and then 1 English class. Great. I'll get to that part later. So anyways, I'm enrolled, I'm good to go. And then dorms. Applying to dorms. Ugh. So the dorm part came probably like a month later. Me and my best friend were gonna apply together. So we decided to apply together. So we waited till we were both free, and then we FaceTimed each other, and we went through. I had already done this. I had already gone through with her, like over the phone in between her breaks at work, and we discussed which places we wanted to apply to. So we had 5 different dorms, all in the same building, all where we would be roommates. We would have our own kitchen, blah, 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 because I have so many allergies and stuff that I need my own kitchen. Like, I can't use the public kitchen. Ooh, toast. Okay. Hi. So I can't use the public kitchen because of all my allergies. And if I did, I would have to wipe down the kitchen every single time I used it. So like a month before classes started, we had applied like a good 2 months before the like end date. I'm completely telling this wrong. Okay, whatever. We applied like 2 months before the due date. Only like a month after one of my friends who applied. She heard within a month. It took like 4 months for us to hear about our dorms. And me, an art student, was placed in a room by myself, no access to the kitchen whatsoever because COVID had all that shut down. You want a toy? You want a toy? Okay. I was placed in a room by myself, like a single room. My friend, my best friend, who applied with me to the exact same dorms at the exact same time and applied to be my roommate while I applied to be her roommate, ended up in the same building. Okay. Ended up in the same building, except in a like apartment dorm with 3 roommates. How'd that work? Like, honestly, how did that work? So, anyways, she decided she didn't want to go to school anymore. That's fine. I support her. She can do whatever she wants. This is her life too. So she's not going to school anymore. So then I changed all of my like dorms and stuff. And I emailed them and I requested like a change. And I just explained like I have way too many allergies and sensibilities and things like that, and nowhere near enough money to afford to live in a single room without access to a kitchen. So anyways, I found out that the fall term was online and decided to stay home for the fall term. And they sent out a survey to all students who applied to dorms where you could fill it out and be like, I'm gonna be here for fall term, I'm gonna be here for winter term, I'm gonna not come at all, or I'm gonna be there for the full year. So I said I would be there for the winter term. And I filled that out, and I sent it in, and I was no longer applied to the fall term for dorms. So I'm checking out my student account, like where it says what I owe, and they were trying to charge me for the full year. So I emailed them and I'm just like, hey, look, I filled out this survey. I said I was only gonna be there for winter term. Can you please take this off? So they took that off. And then 2 days later, I found out that winter term would also be online classes. Why would I go across the country for online schools and pay all that money for a dorm I don't even want just to be in the dorm the entire time? No. So I emailed them again and I said, look, because of the new development, I will no longer be going at all. I unapplied to the dorms altogether, and I was no longer going to dorms. This is the fun part. When I unapplied, I requested a refund of the deposit that I had put down, because in order to apply, you have to put down a $700 deposit. So that is what I did. I put down the deposit, and then when I requested the refund, they refused me. I wasn't going to dorms. It was online schooling. It was caused by COVID, completely out of my control, and they refused my deposit, my refund. So that finally got settled. And this is the fun part. They tried to charge me for winter term again. That got figured out. Then after I received the refund, they tried to charge me again for the money that they had refunded me. You heard the weird noises my dog made, right? Yeah. So this leads to like a week ago, I was going through my statement of account for the winter term. They were charging me a late fee. I was looking at it and I was like, how was I late? I paid on time. Like, I paid a week before I had to. So I emailed them. Hi. There was the late fee that they were trying to charge me, and then there were health services and sports fees that they were trying to charge me. A, I know I paid on time. There should not be a late fee. B, I'm not on campus. I'm nowhere near campus. I'm on the other side of the country. why are you charging me for health and sports services? So I emailed them. I literally said, as respectfully as I could at this point, what's going on? I paid on time. I have the proof that I paid on time. Can you please explain why I'm being charged a late fee? And because I do not live on campus, can you please explain to me why I'm being charged health and sports? I even said that I understood that there were some fees that they had to charge, but like health and sports, when pretty much nobody is on campus, I can understand health. Like health is a thing right now, right? But why am I being charged sports when nobody's playing sports right now? So anyways, today, about a week later, I received a response. You ready for this? You're not having any. Okay, you ready for this? The late fee they were charging me was for, you're not having any. Oh God, here comes the other one. The late fee they were charging me was for the $700 that they were trying to charge me, and that I told them that they had refunded me and should not be charging me. So apparently whoever was supposed to be fixing all that didn't, like at all. And through this whole process, I have all the emails. I have all the proof. You're not having any. During all of this, not once have I received even the slightest apologies for their mistakes. They were trying to charge me, God, how much was it? Like $5,000 altogether for nothing. That was their mistake. And I never even got, excuse me, my nose is itchy. They never even gave me an apology. Like nothing. Okay. And so my second term is about to start. I really hope this goes better. Oh, and winter term courses. You're not having any. They just want the cheese. That's all. Anyways, when I applied to my winter term courses, I had 4 French and 1 English. When I applied to those classes, they only showed the 4 French and then the 1 English. Those were the only classes that were on my list to pick. Nothing else. So about a month ago, when I was checking out my courses, I discovered that the part 2 of the class that I just took, the class that I already have the book for, I was enrolled in the French one, which means I would have had to go and get a whole new book. Would you like to see the book that I was using for the first term and was gonna have to just get rid of? I hadn't even gone through the entire book or half of it. This is it. This is the book, and this is how far I made it in this entire thing for my part 1. Like half of this will be used for part 2, and I was almost not even gonna use it. I was just gonna have this and then have to go get another one. So that brings us back to the summer and the application process. My high school, which only had 12 students from grade 7 to grade 12, only had 3 graduates, me, 2 other students. Out of the 3 of us, I was the only one going to university. My school was supposed to send my transcripts. Guess what they didn't do? And then when I went to go send my transcripts, because Alberta has this wonderful thing called MyPass, where you can actually see your transcripts, because they created the MyPass account on my school email, they closed my school email like over the summer, and I no longer had access. So I couldn't send my transcripts. Yeah. So then I had to send them a copy of my diploma as like a holder for my actual transcripts. And it took 5 months in order to get a new MyPass account. I talked to my school, I talked to my school board, and then I had to go and wait for the government to send me a new like login or whatever, which took forever. So I finally sent them my transcripts, because when I went to go do my winter term to like switch the French art histories with the English art histories, so I wouldn't have to go get a new book, I needed my transcripts. So that is what happened. I finally got it all sorted out, and now I'm back to the whole money problem. It's been a great year. It really has. So yay, it's 2021 now. Hopefully things will go better. Hopefully the deposit thing will get figured out. I just spent like 20 minutes telling you this story and making a tuna sandwich. So I'm gonna go eat it. And thank you for letting me vent, because this has been so freaking difficult.